Sparkly salutations! My 5th wedding anniversary is coming up pretty soon, and I've been thinking recently about the dramatic difference in how I do my makeup now versus how I did it back then. So I thought it would be interesting to look back at my wedding photos and talk about what I did and the regrets that I have and how I would do things differently if it was this current version of me that was getting married. So Emily Noel just did a video very similar to this recently, and she's been married for 14 years, so if you want to see someone talking about this with even more of a gap, then go check out her video. Before I talk about what I actually did for my wedding makeup, I should explain my general history with cosmetics because it's a little complicated. So in high school, I was one of those I'm not like other girls types, and I didn't ever wear makeup. The extent of my high school makeup adventures are blue mascara on picture day once, my friends did makeup on me for senior pictures and for one school dance. For prom, I very badly tried to do my own makeup, and for graduation, I wore black mascara, and that's it. That's the only times I can remember ever having makeup on my face in high school. When I went off to college, I decided that I wanted to be a better person than I was before, and part of that involved realizing that I should really stop being so anti-makeup for no good reason, because that's stupid. So I wanted to give it a fair chance, but I had no idea what I was doing because I'd never paid attention before, and it didn't occur to me to use the internet. So I took a stage makeup class, and that was really fun. It taught me how makeup works overall and how to give myself a cool fake bruise, and I can use more than one color of eyeshadow at a time, and that's okay. So I learned a lot, and they say that college is a time for experimenting, and I experimented with makeup, and I started wearing it more in my normal life and getting more used to putting stuff on my face. The wedding happened in 2015, and the stage makeup class was in 2014. So I was still very new at this whole putting stuff on my face and making it look nice thing by the time I decided that I should go ahead and do my own wedding makeup. Part of that was because I'm frugal and didn't feel like paying someone to do something that I could technically do myself. And there was also the issue of I was living in Washington, but the wedding was in Virginia and I wasn't going to fly out there until right before it, so I didn't have time to work with a professional makeup artist and make sure that what they were doing was what I wanted. And then there was also the issue of we had a professional photographer the day before the wedding ceremony, the reception in Virginia was a few days after that, and then the reception in Washington happened after that. So there would have been 4 separate times I would have had to either pay someone to do my makeup or just do it myself, and I went with the second option. Perhaps not the wisest decision, but too late now. During that summer before the wedding, at some point I realized that it might be good to get some foundation instead of continuing to just put concealer on my redness and darkness and calling that my face makeup. So my mom and I went to Target, and I decided that I should just get the exact same foundation that she used because it worked for her, so why not me, right? So I bought the Revlon Age Defying foundation in the lightest shade and said, yep, good enough, that's what I'm gonna use. I'm very lucky that it turned out as well as it did. I also, 2 days before the wedding, remembered that setting spray is a thing, and since Virginia is humid and it was going to be like 100 degrees and we were taking our pictures outside, I thought that would probably be a good thing to have. So we went to Target again, and the only setting sprays I seemed to have were from e.l.f. and L'Oreal, and I thought the e.l.f. one was too cheap to be trusted, so we bought the L'Oreal Infallible Spray. Wise decisions all around here. Not once did I Google anything, I just went for it. Why? Now that I've explained myself a little bit, let's go over my wedding pictures and what happened here. So I used some Jergens lotion as my moisturizer and no primer because I didn't know that existed, and I applied my new Revlon foundation and set it with some Ben Nye translucent powder that I had from my stage makeup class. I didn't use any blush because I was still new enough at this whole foundation thing that I hadn't realized that if I just cover up all the redness on my face, it looks a little bit weird. On my eyes, all I had was CoverGirl Lash Exact Mascara, which I think has been discontinued, and then 2 eyeshadows. So I had this brown from my friend's company that I can link in the description all over my eyelid, and also a little bit on my lower lash line because Jennifer Love Hewitt's character in Criminal Minds did that and I thought it looked nice. And then also this single white frosty shadow from Sally Beauty, which I put on the inner corner of my eyes because I learned what highlighting was. Go me! I filled in my eyebrows a little bit using a brown Ben Nye pencil because I realized that if I just left them alone, then sometimes they would not really show up very well in pictures, and that didn't seem like a thing I wanted for my wedding photos. On my lips, I for some reason thought that a color would be too much effort, so I just had chapstick on. Having no blush and also no lip color means that I look kind of unhealthy if I'm being honest, and that's not what you want for your wedding. And I also didn't quite have the right foundation, but given that my strategy was just to buy the exact foundation my mom used and not think anything of it or try to match myself or look at reviews for what skin type it was good for or anything, it's a miracle it didn't look worse, and I'll take it. I also didn't curl my eyelashes because I had not yet discovered that waterproof mascara is the one thing on the planet that will help my lashes hold their curl. So I was wearing waterproof mascara, and it would have held a curl if I had done it, but I'd had so many experiences in the past where I had tried curling my eyelashes and they just immediately again, so I'd given up. So if I just had one last bit of hope and curled my eyelashes that day, then they would have looked better, and that's kind of a bummer. And the last unfortunate thing here is that hair color is not my natural color, and this isn't either. The natural color is this like brownish stuff that's growing out. So my eyebrows are considerably lighter than my hair in these pictures, and that just kind of looks weird. But at the same time, I'm not sure I would have trusted 2015 me to try to make my eyebrows darker and not make them look really weird. So maybe it's for the best, but it still bothers me. If I could fix what I did back then, this is approximately what my face would have ended up looking like, I think. So I have eyeshadow primer and regular primer on my face to help everything last longer, and my eyebrows match my hair color better, and my eyelashes are curled, even though that means having waterproof mascara on them, and I'm gonna hate taking that off later. And there's more eyeshadows on my eyes to, give them more depth. And I also have highlighter and blush and a tiny bit of contouring going on for some dimension on my face. And I have a lipstick on because just a tube lipstick would have been fine for the pictures and also the ceremony, and for the receptions I could have gone with a sheer gloss and looked a lot less dead, so I wish I had done that. And my foundation also matches me a lot better, I think. I'm pretty sure this is like the color of me, so if I'm wrong, please tell me, because I would like to know that so I can fix it. And I'm still not wearing false lashes or eyeliner because your wedding look should be glamorous, but it should also look like you. And I've only worn false eyelashes a couple of times, and I didn't enjoy it. I wasn't really a fan of the application or how they looked, or maybe I'm just not using the right falsies. But there's also the fact that my eyelashes don't stay curled, so you see the falsies and then my eyelashes, and it's too much of a pain. So instead of not wearing false lashes for my entire pre-wedding existence, wearing false eyelashes for that one day and then going back to never wearing them again, I decided I would probably just skip them even now. So this is what my 2020 version of a wedding look is, kind of. The look you just saw was more of a classic wedding type look, but if the current version of me was the one about to get married, then I think I would have gone with a look more like this with purple eyeshadow, because brown just isn't my style at all. I never wear brown eyeshadow. So I probably would have had to fight my mom a little bit on this, but I think this purple eye look is, it matches with the wedding colors, which are purple and blue, and it looks nice with my eye color, and I just really like how this eyeshadow looks on me. So I think this would have been what I currently would wear to my own wedding, and not brown. It's awkward close-up time. I don't remember if I did this for the other wedding look, but I meant to, and I might have forgotten. But this is the purple eye look that I ended up choosing for current me's version of wedding makeup. Thank you for coming along on this mildly uncomfortable journey with me. I would love to hear about your wedding makeup, whether it's in the past or the future, or it's purely hypothetical. Stay safe and listen to science.